Welcome back, guys. My name's Andre, Eagle Express. Today I'm going to talk about insurance as far as what kind of insurance you guys need to be an owner operator or what the bare minimum standards are for expediting. I'm sorry the last video's sound wasn't that great. Either the mic wasn't working or I don't know what wasn't working, but I decided to redo the whole video, so it might be way different than what you've seen last time, but it'll pretty much cover the same topic, same subject. Industry standards, bare minimum industry standard for expediting is the same thing as a regular trucking insurance, which is 1 million liability, $100,000 cargo policy, and unlimited mileage is usually what you want. Because if you do not state that you want unlimited mileage and you're more than 500 miles away from your home base, automatically you could be in trouble if something happens and not be covered. So 100% check on that and make sure that you have unlimited mileage. It's just a basic bare minimum in the industry commercial policy. That's what it is. It doesn't matter what you drive, if it's a van, if it's a hot shot truck, whatever the case is. If you're driving a cargo van or a sprinter van, whatever you drive, it doesn't matter. The industry standard as an owner operator is $100,000 cargo, 1 million liability, unlimited mileage policy. And those come with full coverage. So everything else gets covered. If you want to bump up your cargo to, say, I don't know, 200,000, 250, to cover other loads, you can. But usually in the cargo van business, you really don't need that. So usually 100 cargo covers everything and you're fine. If it's more than that, usually it's going to be posted and people will let you guys know that, hey, you do need higher coverage. There's other people out there that I've seen comments on other videos and things like that where they say, well, I run with my regular insurance and I'm only like they call themselves little, I don't know, final mile vendor type of deal, courier. They call themselves a courier, however it is. Find out if you're hauling freight. It doesn't matter if it's a little package, if it's a small little box like this, if it's an envelope. It doesn't matter. Freight is freight, and whatever you're hauling is something important. Somebody paid money to get that stuff delivered ASAP, so you got to make sure that you as an owner operator have the correct insurance to haul. Even if you're working with another company, another carrier under somebody, and you're on their insurance, if you are, it's still the same kind of insurance. Don't worry. You're not going to be overpaying for anything. That's how it is. That's the industry standard. What I told you guys. 100,000 cargo, 1 million liability, unlimited mileage. That's how it is. I know it's expensive. I know Florida is one of the most expensive states for insurance. Everybody knows that. It could be upwards of $2,000 per month. That's how expensive it could be. I know I pay $600. I do have a very good record. Like I said, I have some drivers that I know who are paying $300 a month, and I know some drivers that are paying over $2,000 a month. So just so you guys know, what insurance is based on is everything. These days, anything and everything for them to make more money off of you or for them to charge you more. I don't know why that is nowadays, but that's how it is. It's based on your age, your marital status, your credit history, your driving record. It's also based on what kind of vehicle you drive, the value of the vehicle, what state you live in. That's one of the big ones. All those things and probably more that I don't know about come in effect. Also, what makes the rate be a little higher or lower is if you're able to pay for your policy in full. If you're on a 6-month term or on a 1-year term, you got to make sure that you pay your policy in full if you can, because otherwise, if you got monthly payments going on, there's also charges up on top of that. I pay in our company, it's paid for 1 year in advance. That's how we get the best deal. So The bill comes 1 year, boom, write the check, you're done. You know what I mean? That's how you get the best deal. So in case you guys are wondering if you can get a little bit better discount or whatnot, auto pay is one of them if you sign up for auto pay. But the best one is if you pay for it 1 year in advance. So pay for the full year right away. That's how you get your best rate. Otherwise, shop around. It's regular trucking insurance. Call any and every trucking company in your state and in your surrounding states. First question should be, are you guys licensed in whatever state you live in? Say it's New York. Are you licensed in New York? And find out. So you got to ask whoever, basically the agents that work in your area, they are licensed usually in that same state and some surrounding states. But a lot of them are licensed just in the state, so you got to find out. Regular trucking insurance, commercial trucking insurance agents is who you want to get a hold of. If you have no luck with that, nobody can help you. Worst case scenario, you can call Progressive Commercial. They'll write you a policy, guaranteed. It might not be the cheapest, but it's guaranteed good coverage, and they're going to write you a policy. And I am actually with them. When I very first started the company, I went with those guys through an agent. And then we had 2 other different companies that we went with because they were cheaper. And then when it was time for renewal again, I think 3-4 years ago, I actually went back to Progressive because they were the cheapest. They really were. They were very, their price was very good compared to others. So take that into account. You don't want to be out there booking loads with a cheesy, cheap, no insurance or low insurance or whatever it is policy, because guess what? God forbid you get in an accident and something happens, they're going to get you. They'll sue you even if you got nothing left, nothing to sue for. They'll sue you and you'll owe for the rest of your life, because that's how America is. The main thing is you want to have at least the bare minimums, because if you don't deliver your freight on time, something happens to it. Say it's not your fault, but somebody else, T-bones you or, rear ends you or something like that. Freight gets damaged. Guess what? They're going to hit you for the cost of the freight, for downtime, for not having that freight in time. If it's an aircraft part, they're going to hit you for the downtime that aircraft is on the ground. They could be out there flying, and taking passengers or whatever. All that goes into consideration. If the part costs $10,000, that doesn't mean that your insurance is only going to pay out, or you will pay out only $10,000. Guess what? There's other fees going to be tacked on top of that, because, they got people waiting for it. They have to get it from somewhere else. Maybe they got to order it from somewhere else, and nobody else has that, and it's a waiting list. So if it's an airplane on the ground and something happened and you don't have the right kind of coverage, bankrupt right away is what it will be. Seriously. So you make sure that you get yourself the correct policy. If you're an owner-operator, if you're leased on to a carrier, or if you're doing things on your own, whatever you may be doing, make sure you got the correct policy, because you want to be 100% covered. Don't get bogus insurance. That's my 9-year experience from the heart to you guys. I'm not making things up. I'm not selling an insurance policy. I'm not sending you somewhere. None of that stuff. I'm just telling you guys the very bare minimum basics. That's what you want to have. If you guys have any questions, if you guys have any comments, hit that like, subscribe button, bell notification. There'll be more videos about expediting for owner-operators and expediting in general. And if you guys have questions, something I didn't cover about insurance, leave it in the comment section. I try to answer every single comment, so I'll do my very, very best. God bless you guys. We'll see each other when we see each other again.